This is Every Brilliant Thing by Duncan Macmillan, published in 2013. Having grown up with a mother with mental health difficulties, I, the narrator, have always tried to find ways to make her life more positive, including the list of 1,000 brilliant things. I'm making a list of 1,000 brilliant things. I'm not certain, but I think I might be a genius. Mum did eventually come home from the hospital, and by that point, the list was 8 pages long and had 313 things on it. I left it under her pillow with the title, Every Brilliant Thing. She never mentioned it to me, but I knew she'd read it because she corrected my spelling. I don't want to make it sound like my mother was a monster, or that my childhood was miserable, because it wasn't. We had a piano in the kitchen. It wasn't a big kitchen, but it was the warmest room in the house. We used to gather around it and sing soul songs. There's a Ray Charles song, Drown in My Own Tears, which she sung a lot. There's a moment, about halfway through, that sends shivers down my spine. The way he sings the word you gets me every time. We used to howl it like wolves. 313, having a piano in the kitchen. 314, the way Ray Charles sings the word you. I forgot about the list until just over 10 years later, on her second attempt. Dad showed up halfway through chemistry. The same trapdoor feeling. Fight or flight. The same wordless drive to the hospital. As a teenager, I dealt with this less well. I wore my heart on my sleeve. The day she came home from the hospital, she sat at the kitchen table and said if it wasn't for the ham and pineapple pizza lining her stomach from the night before, she'd be dead. And I said, you took 3 weeks worth of antidepressants, half a packet of aspirin, and a tub of antihistamines. You're probably healthier than I am. If you're going to kill yourself, go jump off a bridge. Rather than storm off, I sat there and I started to shovel food into my mouth. I'd spent ages on this meal, and I was furious that she was sitting there, wishing she was dead and letting it go cold. There was a moment of absolute, deafening silence. And then she started to laugh. It was such a genuine laugh that I soon found myself joining in. I couldn't sleep that night, so I went through my bedroom, packing up the things I wanted to keep and throwing away the things I didn't. I found the list. I sat on the floor and began to read it through. Number 1, ice cream. The younger me had dealt with this so much better. So, when I got to the end of the list, I sat at the table and continued where the little boy left off. 313. The smell of old books. The next morning, I stood at the end of Mum's bed and I began to read the list to her. And she got up and walked out. I followed her and read louder. 515. Winning something. Over the next few days and weeks, I left messages on the answer machine. I would turn off the radio and stand in front of the TV. I spent a lot of time talking to her back. I left post-it notes around the house stuck to various things. On the mirror was 575 piglets. On the kettle, 667 Marlon Brando. And on her bed, number 11, bed.